What's up, Weirdo? Shade Tree Surgeon here with the BBC. We are in Brat Star Northwest, aka the Sessions Garage, and this shovelhead has been non-running for way too long, which can be an issue with shovelhead sometimes. So let's go ahead and rectify that. I just skedaddled back to Florida pretty quick last time, so I didn't get to finish it up, but this is all we were missing. Just a carb spacer away from running, just one part away from running. Isn't everything just one step away from running? No, sometimes with shovels it's a few steps, but let's go ahead and take that last one and hope that it's not a doozy. Can you hold this like right there? Thanks, man. Just make sure they're started. Yeah. All right, cool. So I usually just like to bump it once, even though it says it's in neutral, just to make sure, because I can't reach the actual clutch, but... Okay, real wheel's not moving. We are in neutral. First fucking poke, dude. Runs like a champion, dude.
Damn. We are in business, baby.
Well, I'll tell you, S&S, especially for their old stuff, does not like to send instructions or everything you need to put it together. I guess they figure if you're working on shovelheads, you should probably know what you're doing. It's okay. They're not wrong. But we're going to have to make our carb supports for this because I'm just personally unwilling to have this go out without carb supports. I think that that's a bad idea. Envision this in my mind's eye, you know? The reason why you need carb supports on these S&Ss is because the intakes are just rubber with two basically hose clamps on them. Very bad design. I mean, it's fine, it works, but for a motor that shakes as much as this, it's not the best design. I'm going to use this zip tie to measure the distance from here to here. This is not going to be super accurate, but that's okay. Right about there. So we're right about there. Should have used the vise from the get-go. I thought it would go through it easier.
You're right, that's the right way to do it.
Just, you have to. It's too much of a risk. Maybe it'll be fine forever, but like, you really put some miles on it, you know what? It's gonna break in the worst place. Yeah. Which is anytime something breaks, bro. How did I make this like literally like a millimeter too short? Damn, dude. Oh my God. I even made it longer too, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose some when I cut it. Oh well. You know what? Instead of trying to make it work, I just cut another one. God damn it. Using the zip tie method didn't quite work out. Well, here's the whole thing. You can cut more off, but you can't add it on. So I might as well leave myself some wiggle room. Ow. For some reason, that's hot. Crazy that I didn't anticipate that. All right, let's try another precision bend. Oh, I really don't want to jam my drill bit directly into my anvil here, dull it up when I go through this aluminum. Technical difficulties, be right back. Well, as usual, we will improvise. Cool. I hope if I actually put it on there not backwards. Dang. Like I'm batting 1,000 today, buddy. You see, I did know what I was doing when I was cut the other one, because I cut the other one for this. That's where I messed up. It was obviously for the other side. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah, definitely. So, all's well that ends well, right? I might not have shown my work, but we got the right answer. Let's go ahead and clean these up a little bit. that we got these lined up, tighten them up without that thing on there, hopefully keeping them in mostly the same position. If you've ever seen how one of these S&S choke levers works, there's just like this weird bent spring washer in there, a piece of plastic, and yet another washer in there. So there's a 3-washer system to create the frictions to get this to stay up, which is archaic, certainly, but it does work. It does indeed work. This is very unlike me.
Why?
So normally I just throw it together without making sure everything fits first. If I have like test fit it, took it back apart. This is very out of character for me.
Usually you just slap it in.
Slap it together, and if it doesn't quite fit, I just fucking push on it kind of hard, bend it a little bit, heat it up with a torch. It'll fit eventually. I've not done that to your bike. I figure off camera that has been done to your bike enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe we'll just not do that. This carb was made for the shovelhead. That's when it came out. Bike it was made for. People who put S&S's on like new bikes that are so carbureted, there's better shit you can put on this bike. On a shovelhead, this is the carb to put on it. S&S Super E, dude. That's a carb they want.
Harley wanted to do it that way. Exact same one.
Maybe it's because they can still get it and it's a Harley part. You can't order the original carb on this anymore, so you have to put an S&S on it. And so they're like, oh, we're not going to order something that's not Harley. I don't know, some shit like that, dude. Yeah. This is the carb it fucking takes. It's the closest thing you can get to the original carb. This is what every fucking Harley has on it, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's like what you expect to see on the side. Brother, you fire it up. It's your bike.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I'm the one who's been promising this thing's gonna be done before I leave. I swear it's gonna be done before I go back to Tampa. Hopefully it's actually done this time. A long time coming. BBC, the big black cruiser. Finally, another shovelhead. Oh, I was hoping I could start it without giving it any gas. It should start like that once it's completely warmed up. We got that carb dialed in. Thank freaking God, man. This thing was driving me nuts. Oh, that feels so good. The big black shovel is back in action, thrusting its way down the streets of Oregon. Let's go ahead and put some fresh gas in this thing. We are working with, I hate to say it, but this thing has been sitting on the gas that's inside it for a year. Even though it's been sitting on this gas for a year, it seems like it's running fine to me. Got a little bit of hitch in its giddy up. Bad dragon prowling the streets of Portland. Bend over and smile, baby, because the big black cruiser is at your cervix. I have to adjust the idle air just a little bit on this thing. We're getting some spitting and popping, and I think we're probably just a half a turn or a turn out on that thing, and we'll be just fine. Yeah, it definitely wanted some more gas, because it should start. You should not have to touch that at all. Running properly, you shouldn't have to touch the throttle. I mean, the world is not perfect, and neither are we. I'm just saying, you shouldn't have to. Thinking this thing might have a slight intake leak? I know, shocker for a shovelhead that sat for 30 years. This thing was kept in an air-conditioned garage, and it shows. The bike is flawless when you look at it. The paint is perfect. All the plastic literally looks like it's in showroom condition. Thing's only got 8,000 miles on it, but little stuff like the intake seals and some of the rubber and all that kind of stuff, you know. Even if you're sitting in an air-conditioned garage, that stuff stuff eventually starts to get eaten away. Probably what happened with the stator too. If you guys remember, I was just chasing all these problems with the stator, put 2 different stators on it and it still wouldn't charge. Well, turns out that all the magnets on the inside of the stator hadn't broken off, but they were just spinning around in there free. Once again, just from this motorcycle sitting for so many years, and that glue that they used to bond them just getting old and brittle from sitting around. Then you start the motorcycle up and it spins for the first time in years and they all break free. We got fresh tires on the BBC. We got a 32 amp charging system making this a real bad dragon. This bike is ready to roll. I hope anyway. So I'm ready to see it change that 8,700 miles into 87,000 miles. This bike deserves to be on the road just rushing miles on the interstate. Yep, that low speed cough is gone. Just wanted to be enriched a little bit. I still think we're probably gonna have to do intake seals sooner rather than later, but it's good to know that I just adjusted the idle air mixture a little bit on this new carb, and that low speed, just having the throttle cracked open at cruising speed, it was coughing a little bit. Usually means it's gonna want a little more gas on that mixture. We'll thank Joe the Mountain Jedi for that one, even though I guess anybody who works on bikes and is worth their salt should know that. But if you don't know that, now you do. And I'm just like trying out a few different positions on the throttle here. We still got some pop on D-cell, which is not completely ideal. It does feel a little underpowered, but I've been used to riding around the KZ1000 here recently and Jason's hot rod shovel with a 93 cubic inch S&S in it. So I gotta remember, this is a much heavier bike and it almost, besides exhaust, completely stock engine. It goes just fine, but this is just not exactly going to win a whole lot of races. It just depends on who you're racing, I guess. We could throw a cam in it and do a couple other things. Shovel heads are actually, the old 80 inches, they're really easy to hot rod. But I think that Jason has plans just to get another S&S 93 and eventually stick it in this bike. So we might just leave this motor alone. Feels good. Feels real good. It might already be July, but shovelhead summer is back in business. Perfect. Falls right into that 950 idle. This thing is running like a champ, baby. It just feels good to see you ride this thing away. Remember too, like when you put your feet down when you're coming to a stop, the rear passenger floorboards, if you're not careful, you run them into the back of your leg. I almost did it, you know?
It's funny you say that because I've done that already.
Hell yeah. It makes me very, very happy, dude. All right, man. I'll catch you later. Hell yeah. Again, it's Florida. Best time to ride is right before it rains. Well, let's go ahead and roll because the chopper, probably not the best bike to ride in the rain, but I gotta get it while the getting's good. I believe this thing sounds freaking amazing. Probably the most amazing part is this is one of the easiest choppers to ride I have ever been on. Now, it doesn't look like baby's first chopper. The thing looks like it'd be impossible to ride, but I promise you, it ain't. It actually is super freaking easy. I mean, part of that is to do with it is one of the most comfortable choppers I've ever been on. That and it's reliable as all hell. The kind of thing that it's hard for me to keep because, I don't know, I don't want peace. I want problems all the time. which is why we decided to donate this one to Forgotten Angels. Of course, doing that with Patreon. If you guys didn't know, my Patreon is how we afford to buy bikes like this. Well, it doesn't pay for the whole thing, but it's part of how we afford to buy bikes like this, to donate to Forgotten Angels and then raffle off. So I don't know if there'll be any tickets left. There should be, I imagine, but we're only selling 500 tickets for this motorcycle. Usually we just set the raffle for an amount of time, but this time we wanted to try it a little bit different. We usually end up doing like 2,500 tickets. We've done as many as 4,000 tickets before, but you know, with this one, instead of just making it unlimited, we just go, hey, let's sell 500 tickets, that's it. Now this motorcycle rides like a champ. In the previous video, I rode it sight unseen all the way back from almost the Keys, but fingers crossed I can make it to a gas station before I run out of gas, because I just realized I hit the last 100 miles without stopping, and we are definitely on reserve. We are definitely on reserve. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, so much for making it to a gas station. God damn it. Okay, we're back after a rescue mission from Shaylisi. Let's try this again. It's not that chopper thing where people were like, oh man, you're always running out of gas on a chopper. It's literally my fault. This thing gets over 100 miles to a tank. There we go. Hey, look at that. It brakes good too. I mean, if you're worried about how much gas mileage it's getting, probably not the bike for you, but it actually doesn't get bad mileage to the tank. Goes into neutral perfectly too, but got a high dollar 5-speed transmission in it. And when you spend the money and you actually put a Baker transmission in your chopper, you ain't gotta worry about shifting or finding neutral. And with 140 horsepower, you definitely don't want a stock Harley transmission in this thing. You'd rip that sucker apart in a heartbeat. You better believe this thing goes ramming speed, baby. With a quickness. Golly. You know, I make my jokes about saying I could never have this bike. I could never keep it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not my type of motorcycle. But I will tell you, it was very hard to make the decision to not keep this thing. I even got a hold of the guy who sold it to me, because the guy who sold it to me ended up, he watches the channel. That's not why I reached out to him. It was just happenstance that he happened to also watch the channel. But after I told him that we were picking it up with the help of the Patreon to give away for Forgotten Angels, he knocked some money off the price as a donation, which I thought was really, really awesome of him. I was so torn about it, I actually texted him and I was going, hey man, I'm really torn about this motorcycle. Like, I want to keep it. He texts me back, he goes, look dude, I don't even care. If you want to keep it, just keep it. I'd still take the money off. So which wasn't helping me make a decision, because I was like, God, now it's just still super hard to make a decision. But that's made now. The raffle's up. For all I know, there's only a few tickets left, but it is up. 1 in 500 chance for the bike. I guess I don't have a choice in keeping it now. Damn, I really like it though. I'm not torn anymore because the decision's already made. Now I'm just regretful, but not really, because how can you not help out Forgotten Angels? David and Cindy, they're doing work that I am not capable of doing. I could not do what they do. The heartbreak, the sadness, the strife, the hell they have to go through to help these young men and women, it's insane. And I know I couldn't do it. So I'm happy to help in the only way I know how, by talking shit online and going to pick up, well, what should be sketchy motorcycles, but it actually wasn't. One of the least sketchy motorcycles ever that I've ridden hundreds of miles away from my home to go ride it back sight unseen. This one performed flawlessly. Whoever wins this bike, I hope you have a good relationship with your neighbors, because if you don't, it's about to get worse. We got the nothing, we got chaos looming on the horizon, so we're gonna go see our boys down at Voodoo Lounge. Always get the name wrong. It's Voodoo Brewing Company. Actually, I'm gonna back this in. It matters when you're at an angle. That's with any bike, not just choppers. The angle of the parking lot must be taken into consideration. Anyway, Voodoo Brewing, good dude, always supports Forgotten Angels, so we like to go support him. Very cool. hanging out there. Ran into somebody who watches the channel who said they saw my video on Voodoo Brewing and they rode down here from Lakeland to check it out. I dig that. Nice meeting you, man, if you're watching this. We're on a compression stroke. If you win this bike, just remember this. If you go to start it and it's acting like it don't want to start, this is a lot of metal moving around in here, okay? On a compression stroke, that starter ain't gonna move it around. There we go. You know, I could have gone right. I don't need to go this way. But the hostess was really cute. And what's the point in having a motorcycle, especially a motorcycle that looks like this, if you can't make cool motorcycle noises and look like a jackass in front of pretty girls? I don't make the rules, okay? I just work here. It's what's required. Damn, this thing rips. Got a built-in anti-theft system, because if you don't know what this bike can do and you try to make a quick getaway, you are not in for a good time. You're gonna be wrapping this motorcycle around the first oak tree you see. It's a sad day back here, time traveling once again to Oregon. A sad day indeed. Four-wheel drive caddy is officially up for sale. Hate to do it because this thing is just so damn cool, but I gotta do it. Had to make some hard admissions here. And while I feel pretty damn good spending the money partially paid for by Patreon, so thank you guys very much. Well, feels good to spend that money on buying that chopper to give away for Forgotten Angels. Fortunately, I'm not rich, so something's gotta go. And the four-wheel drive caddy, well, its number came up. I mean, I say it's a sad day, but I'm in Oregon. It's 75 degrees, the sky is blue, and I'm about to ride a motorcycle. Come on, it's not that sad. Though I'll say the real losers in losing the four-wheel drive Cadillac are probably going to be the creatures of Sunnyvale Trailer Park. They're the real victims in this. After all, where are they going to get their discount gas now that the four-wheel drive Caddy isn't there for them to siphon it out of anymore? Truly, they're suffering in silence. I had to tell myself some harsh truths. I was flying awful close to the sun. I needed to bring myself back down before I got burned. I was a man, a man who thought he could have it all. After all, why not? Why shouldn't I? I'm a greedy bastard and it's there for the taking, so I'm gonna take it, baby. Nobody said to keep my dirty little dick beaters off of it. I want it all. Unfortunately, even a man such as I, a man so stupendous, capable of flying to such great heights, yet keeping himself so humble, even a man like me cannot have it all. I know, it's absolutely crushing for all of you out there to hear that truth stated, but I'll just say this. Think about how I felt when I realized it. Yes, if I was able to climb over this crushing mountain of defeat, this horrible realization that I can't have it all, if I can make it across that mountain, oh, my sons and daughters, I believe that you guys will be able to get across it someday too. You'll be able to come to terms with the fact that Shade Tree Surgeon can't have everything he wants. Even saying it out loud, I don't like it. We'll rank them 1, 2, 3, gold, silver, and bronze. And we'll use analogies of the only thing in the world I like as much as myself, and that's letting my laser beam eyes play their way over the body of a beautiful woman. In first place, gold, baby, on top of the podium. It can be none other but motorcycles. Just as it is on a woman, it can be no denying that Shade Tree Surgeon cannot resist a heaving, heaping helping of natural heavies, babe. Coming up in silver, and it's a photo finish, I'll tell you that right now. It's the butts of the motor world, boats. A gorgeous day out on the water fishing. It comes in real close to an awesome day on motorcycles. And so it is on Shade Tree Surgeon's ideal next evil ex-girlfriend. We love them top heavy, baby, but make them wide in the beam too, and there's little you're gonna do to get me off the trail of that. And that leaves us with bronze. Cars, four-wheeled vehicles, the equivalent of a size 9 or up. God damn, it's hard to put that in third place. It's hard to give up anything, but a man has to admit it. A man has to say he can't have it all. A jiggling, ponderous set of Nat 20s, an ass of mass destruction, and size 9 or up tootsies. Who did I think I was, thinking I could have everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll still take everything if I can, but very, very reluctantly, I'll say, just like cars eventually get cut. If I can't have it all, I guess that's the first thing I'll sacrifice. Very, very noble of me, some may say. Very, very important people would say that, I would think. Wise people. It's a cruel world we live in. A very, very cruel world where someone as selfless, as pure of heart, and don't forget, as humble as I am, can be denied having everything that he wants. The world treats me unfairly, yet I must persist. As must we all in the face of such adversity as this. If I can make it through this personal battle, if I can climb this mountain, if I can fight my way through this hell this world has forced me into, I know that you can get over your stuff too. I can't have it all. The cars have to go. Don't worry though. I think that somehow, some way, I'll manage to console myself. So it's incredibly commonly believed that every single shovelhead leaks oil. A myth that I'm doing absolutely nothing to dispel on my YouTube channel, by the way. But it's just not the case. Everybody knows all the old sayings. It's not leaking oil, it's sweating horsepower. It's not leaking oil, it's marking its territory. And of course, the old favorite, it's a good thing that it's leaking oil, because if it wasn't leaking oil, it'd be out. This commonly held belief that every Harley Davidson is just going to leak oil kind of no matter what you do really comes from the early knucklehead and panhead motors that had high speed, low maintenance feature where they would drip oil onto the chain from the engine. Now that made them a total loss system. They were designed to leak oil like that and lose all of it. This is before they put oil filters on engines, before they did a lot of things on motorcycle engines. And so, you know, yeah, they weren't the only ones to do it, but yes, Harleys leaked oil wherever they went by design. Now fast forward to the shovelhead engine, this thing is light years ahead of the panhead and the knucklehead, especially shovels with the Evo bottom end, especially this shovel, which is an S&S unit. There's no reason this motor should leak oil. The reason a lot of them do leak oil is because people just don't bother to fix the oil leaks. Really, the hardest oil leak to fix on a motor like this would be if it was actually leaking from the cases. Everything else is very easily fixable. You can stop an oil leak. There's no reason this thing should have oil on the ground. And this is Jason's bike, and unlike me, Jason actually cares about whether his bike leaks oil. So we're gonna go ahead and fix this oil leak. I really don't think it's coming from the engine. I think it's coming from the primary, and that's because these primaries had another high-speed, low-maintenance development from Harley-Davidson, in so much as they would pump engine oil into the primary to oil the primary chain and the clutch, and also the drive chain. Now, that's been eliminated on this bike, but since it's been eliminated, we have several points where it could be leaking. Let's go ahead and find them. Now, we can definitely see that there's an oil leak down here. Hard to tell, too, because the primary oil is the same as the engine oil, so it looks the same. And I've got some here on the lines leading down from the oil cooler. I can see that the oil cooler and where it hooks up to is not actually leaking any oil, and there it is. I think I found it. I believe that it's leaking oil from the primary. Pretty common on Harley motors for it to leak from this area right here, because as you put it over on the kickstand, all the primary oil is over here. And then on motors that have been around the block, and this primary is original, even though the motor isn't, they leak from here. People tend to really crank these guys down. So a lot of times you got to helicoil these threads to get the proper torque on them. We're going to clean it up, tighten these down, and see if we can get away with not putting helicoils in these. Oh, what the fuck? Lots more shots. Dude, it's gonna be all good. Peter literally sitting here, a white F-150 just crashed through the gate of the storage unit, peeled out, and just started driving around here.
He was shooting directly at me too. I don't know. How the
Below
fuck?
It, yeah, just
am I good?
Like freaking.
I'm good.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, if you were watching the premiere I was just doing of me riding my NX250 and getting lost in the woods, that's why I dipped out early. That was we'll say, unexpected. And if I wasn't awake before, I'm awake now. Nothing like an active shooter to get the blood flowing, okay? Holy crap. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and head home. I think I've spent enough time here at this point. I'll tell the whole story here in a second. I'm just gonna go ahead and enjoy the beauty of Oregon and the ride home. Well, all's well that ends well. I remain unperforated. Any day you can say that. I guess it's a pretty good day. Won't be going out that way. All these RVs and half these storage units got bullet holes in them now. Let's see if I can say goodbye to my buddy Pete. Is he still over here? Hey, have a great day, man. I got to figure after that it's a great day, right? Oh, he just freaking smashed right through this guy, didn't he? Damn. That's wild. Oh, there's my man Pete. Are they not letting anybody leave? Oh, bummer. Well, I thought I was going. We got to stay here for 8 hours, they said? Before we can leave? Hey, Pete, keep up the hard work, bud. Take it easy, man. Thank you, sir. That way, you got it, man. I brought the whole freaking team out. I mean, I guess a guy freaking emptying randomly at people in a storage unit. I guess they bring the whole crew out for that. They don't want nobody coming through. Well, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the hell out of my ride home. Feels good to be alive, baby. And you know what? It felt good to be alive before this, too. But icing on the cake, surviving an active shooter, you know, that'll make you enjoy your motorcycle ride a little more. And I'll fill you guys in on the whole story a little bit later. Yeah, let me sign off right now and enjoy myself. It's still 75 degrees in Oregon. I can still see Mount Hood on the horizon, and I got a real fast motorcycle. Life ain't bad.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, no, I took a wrong turn. It's down that way. This shit clears up in like a couple miles. Oh, Jason's not gonna be happy with me. Not stopping during any of this gravel road, but very scared that if I stop, you're going to shoot me. So this is out of self-preservation, my friend. I'm sure after the fact you will understand. Dude, this goes on forever. The length is interminable. I'm sure it's probably longer for Jason. You know, I still haven't seen anything thus far that I wouldn't take a Goldwing down or a full-dress Harley tour. All right, Shay, I can't even stop to check on her on this one. We just gotta make it to the top. She's still behind me. She's still back there. I don't know how far down that goes, but it looks like pretty far. At least he should have birthdays more often. This is awesome. Okay, we're definitely getting worse, not better. I'm really missing that rear brake right about now. Where the hell are we? This is insane. This feels like we're on another planet. What is going on here? This is getting dicey. Yeah. No. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I can only hold it for so long. Push the bike. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. No way. If I was on a dirt bike, this would be easy. I have no idea how we're gonna do this with a shovel. All right, I'm gonna back up and get a little speed on it. Shay! 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 Oh, fucking Jesus, dude. Shay!